Hey everyone! Welcome to the Event Hub, where every event turns into an unforgettable experience. The Indian Wells Tennis Garden, widely known as Tennis Paradise, has officially been hijacked. The reason? A 20-year-old left-handed sensation from the Philippines named Alexandra Eala. As the official main draw ceremonies conclude today, California is erupting in a sea of blue, red, and yellow. But it's not just the flags that are causing a stir. It's the economy of the tournament itself. We are witnessing an unprecedented financial phenomenon where ticket prices for the early rounds are exploding to levels usually reserved for a Grand Slam final. Experts are calling it the Eala inflation, and it has left the tournament organizers and veteran fans in a state of absolute shock. Why has the arrival of the world number 31 caused such a massive market disruption? To understand the scale, you have to look at the secondary ticket markets like StubHub and SeatGeek today. Usually a stadium pass for the opening rounds might cost you $60 to $80, but as of this Monday morning, tickets for any session featuring Alex Eala are being resold for upwards of $400, $600, and in some courtside cases over $1,000. The reason is simple. The Filipino diaspora in California, which is one of the largest in the world, has decided to turn Indian Wells into a home court for their queen. From San Diego to San Francisco, thousands of fans are descending upon the desert, and they are willing to pay any price to witness history. This isn't just a tennis match anymore. It's a cultural invasion that has completely overtaken the fifth Grand Slam. The shock is felt most deeply among the tournament's traditional elite. Imagine being a season ticket holder for 20 years only to find yourself surrounded by thousands of roaring fans chanting, "Laban Pilipinas," before a ball has even been struck in the main draw. The atmosphere at the practice courts today was more intense than most championship finals. When Alex Eala stepped onto court 3 for her morning session, the security teams had to be doubled. The crowd was so dense that fans were climbing on top of each other just to get a glimpse of her Sampat pattern Nike gear. This is the Eala Hijack. She has taken the spotlight away from every other superstar in the draw, including the top seeds. And the sheer volume of her support has forced the WTA to rethink their entire security and seating protocol for the week. But the real story behind this California eruption is the timing. Alex Eala isn't just another player this year. She is the number 31 seed. This status, which she earned after her incredible performance in the Middle East, has given her a first-round bye. This means that the explosion in ticket prices is currently concentrated on her potential round of 64 match on March 6. Fans are gambling hundreds of dollars on tickets just for the chance to see her debut as a seeded star. The experts are going off because they've never seen a player ranked 31st command more financial power than the world number 1. As we look at the sea of fans outside the gates today, it's clear Indian Wells 2026 no longer belongs to the traditions of the past. It belongs to the girl from Manila and the millions who are ready to pay a king's ransom to see her shine. While the ticket prices are causing a meltdown at the box office, the real hijack of Indian Wells 2026 is happening in the world of global branding. On this Monday, March 2nd, just days after her historic visit to the Nike World Headquarters in Oregon, the details of Alexandra Eala's superstar treatment have finally leaked, and they are nothing short of revolutionary. Rumors are swirling in the corporate corridors that Nike has officially pivoted its entire Gen Z marketing strategy toward the Filipina queen, with some insiders whispering about a long-term endorsement deal valued at a staggering $45 to $75 million. This isn't just about sneakers and shirts. It's about a cultural coronation. When Alex walked through the History in Full Bloom display in Oregon, she wasn't just visiting a sponsor. She was being heralded as the successor to legends like Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova. This Nike effect has created an absolute merchandise massacre at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden today. The tournament's official stores had barely opened their doors this morning when the newly released Alex Eala signature Sam collection was wiped clean from the shelves. This special gear featuring the national flower of the Philippines has become the most sought-after item in the history of the BNP Paribas Open. Experts are going off because the sales metrics are showing that Eala's gear is outselling the merchandise of the top 5 world-ranked players combined. It's a marketing nightmare for the tour's veterans as top 10 players are reportedly expressing instant envy over the massive promotional push Nike is giving to a world number 31. But as the experts point out, Nike isn't looking at the rankings. They are looking at the 100+ million Filipinos globally who are ready to buy anything with the Eala name on it. The economic shockwave doesn't stop at the gift shop. Tournament organizers are reporting that the surge in Eala mania has triggered a record-breaking influx of international tourists to the Coachella Valley. For the first time in the history of the 5th Grand Slam, the majority of hotel bookings and restaurant reservations are coming from fans traveling all the way from Manila, Singapore, and across the United States. This isn't just a crowd. It is a full-scale economic takeover. Ticket prices for the round of 64, where Alex is scheduled to make her debut thanks to her seeded status, have become so expensive that even some Hollywood celebrities are struggling to find courtside seats. The demand is so high that there are talks of installing giant screens outside Stadium 1 to accommodate the thousands of fans who couldn't get a ticket but still want to be part of the year eruption. But the most fascinating part of this story is how Alex herself is handling the pressure. While the experts go off about her market value and the exploding ticket prices, Alex has been spotted in Oregon and California looking more focused than ever. She knows that being the real face of tennis comes with a responsibility to perform. With her historic seed number 31 and her first round bye, she has the luxury of time. But she also has the weight of a nation's expectations on her shoulders. The shock in California is that they didn't just invite a tennis player to Indian Wells this year. They invited a global movement. As the sun sets on day one of the festivities, the question on everyone's lips isn't who will be the world number 1 next week, but how far this 20-year-old icon can take the world of sports business before she even hits her first serve. The economic explosion in the Coachella Valley is only half the story. The real drama is written in the official bracket of the 2026 Indian Wells Open. On this Monday, March 2nd, the tennis world is staring at a projected path for Alexandra Eala that can only be described as a bloodbath. Because Alex has secured the number 31 seed, she has avoided the first round chaos, but the draw has placed her in the most dangerous section of the tournament. If the seeds hold, Alexa is on a direct collision course with the reigning world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, in the round of 32. The news has sent the Filipino community into a frenzy with experts going off about whether the young queen from Manila is truly ready to dethrone the Tiger of Belarus on the biggest stage outside of the Grand Slams. The tactical disrespect towards Sabalenka that we discussed earlier is now manifesting in the betting markets. Despite Sabalenka's power, the dry desert air and high-bouncing courts of Indian Wells are historically tricky for her high-rises game. Experts are pointing out that Alex Eala's recent victory over world number 7, Jasmine Paolini in Dubai was not a fluke, it was a warning. Analysts are declaring that Alex's left-handed spin is the kryptonite to Sabalenka's flat power. This is why ticket prices for that potential third-round clash have already hit the 4-figure mark before the tournament has even officially begun. People aren't just paying to see a tennis match. They are paying to see if the Eala Hijacks can claim its biggest victim yet. But Sabalenka isn't the only giant in Alex's path. The draw reveals that to even get to the world number 1, Alex might have to face the defending champion Mura Andrea or the legendary Venus Williams, who is back in the desert as a wildcard. The experts are calling this the group of death. Every match from the round of 64 onwards will be a final in itself. The shock in California is that for the first time in history, a player ranked 31st is the one everyone is talking about. While the top seeds are being treated as the underdogs in terms of crowd support, Alex has been practicing intensely under the desert sun, her Nike gear shimmering as she sharpens the very shots designed to break Sabalenka's rhythm. The atmosphere in the player lounges is reportedly tense. While most players are focusing on their own games, the shadow of Alex Eala's massive fan base looms over everyone. Organizers are already planning to move her potential matches to Stadium 1, the second largest tennis stadium in the world, just to fit the thousands of fans who have traveled from across the globe. Experts are shouting from the rooftops. This isn't just a tournament for Alex Eala. It's a coronation. If she survives the first week and takes down a giant like Sabalenka, the world of tennis will never be the same. The California eruption is about to reach its peak. And on March 6th, when Alex finally steps onto the court, the explosion will be heard all the way back in the Philippines. As we move deeper into this historic week in California, the financial and tactical stakes for Alexandra Eala have reached a level that is simply mind-blowing. On this Monday, March 2, 2026, the official prize money breakdown for the BNP Open has been released, and the numbers are staggering. The champion of this fifth Grand Slam will walk away with a check for $1.15 million, that is over 64 million Philippine pesos. For Alex, who has already secured her place in the round of 64, thanks to her career-high ranking of number 31, every match from here on out is a high-stakes gamble. But Alex isn't just playing for the money. She is playing for the 1,000 ranking points that could catapult her into the world's elite top 20. To ensure she is in peak physical condition for this million-dollar run, Alex Eala has made a massive strategic decision that has the tennis world talking. She is focusing 100% of her energy on the singles draw, skipping the doubles competition to preserve her stamina for the brutal desert heat. Why? Because the unbelievable welcome she received in California comes with a heavy responsibility. Alex knows that to beat the likes of Aryna Sabalenka or Iga, she cannot afford to waste a single ounce of energy. This singles-only focus is a signal of her absolute maturity. She is here to win the big trophy, nothing less. But the biggest story of the day is the potential third-round clash that has both Belarus and the Philippines on edge. Because of her seed status, the draw has placed Alex Eala on a direct collision course with the world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. The Tiger of Belarus is known for her thunderous power. But the shock in California is that many experts actually believe Alex can pull off the upset. Why? Because the gritty high-bouncing courts of Indian Wells are perfect for Alex's left-handed topspin and tactical variety. The very things she sharpened at the Rafael Nadal Academy. If Alex triumphs in her round of 64 match on March 6, the world will witness a battle of the titans in the round of 32 that could redefine the WTA rankings forever. The pressure is mounting, but the year effect is keeping her steady. Even with the million-dollar prize money on the line and the world number 1 waiting in the wings, Alex was seen today in a grueling practice session working on her serve consistency to handle the thin desert air. She knows that she is defending the legacy she built during her Dubai breakthrough where she stunned Jasmine Paolini. California is in shock because they are seeing a 20-year-old who has the focus of a veteran and the hunger of a challenger. As the main draw begins on March 4, the question isn't just about how far Alex can go. It's about whether anyone in the world, even Sabalenka, can stop the momentum of the Pine Queen. As the desert sky turns a deep purple over the Indian Wells Tennis Garden on this Monday, March 2, 2026, the weight of history is settling comfortably on the shoulders of Alexandra Eala. What we have witnessed over the last few days in California is more than just a warm welcome. It is the official recognition of a new world power in tennis. From the bustling streets of Manila to the pristine courts of the Coachella Valley, the Eala effect has united millions. By reaching a career-high world ranking of number 31, Alex has done what no Filipino before her could ever achieve.